Have you ever wondered what would happen if the Earth, our home spinning at over 1,000 miles per hour, suddenly just stopped? It's a terrifying thought, but let's explore this cosmic catastrophe, step by step. Right now, everything on Earth, including you, me, the air, and the oceans, is moving along with the planet's spin. If the Earth were to instantly halt, everything not bolted down would be flung eastward at an incredible speed. The atmosphere would become a global hurricane, with winds far more powerful than any storm ever recorded. These winds would scour the surface of the planet, shredding buildings, pulverizing forests, and turning everything in their path into projectiles. It would be an instant worldwide cataclysm, a planetary-scale demolition. The sheer force would be unimaginable, erasing the familiar landscapes we know in a matter of moments. As the land beneath them stops, the oceans would not. Their immense momentum would send them surging across the continents in the form of colossal tsunamis, dwarfing any wave we've ever seen. These waves, possibly miles high, would travel at hundreds of miles per hour, engulfing coastal cities and washing deep inland, submerging vast areas of land under a turbulent, churning sea. All of our coastlines from New York to Tokyo would vanish beneath the waves. The water wouldn't just flood, it would violently reshape the very continents themselves, carving new canyons and creating new inland seas where there were once plains and mountains. The world map would be redrawn by this apocalyptic flood. The catastrophe wouldn't end there. The Earth isn't a perfect sphere. It bulges at the equator due to its rotation. If that rotation stopped, gravity would pull the planet back into a more perfect spherical shape. The oceans, no longer held at the equator by centrifugal force, would rush towards the poles. This would create two enormous polar oceans, and a new supercontinent would emerge around the equator, a massive belt of dry land connecting the Americas, Africa, and Asia. This monumental shift in mass would trigger geological chaos. The crust would crack and buckle under the strain, causing earthquakes of unprecedented magnitude to shake the entire planet. Volcanoes, long dormant, would erupt simultaneously, spewing ash and lava into the tortured atmosphere, further choking the sky. The very ground beneath our feet would become an unstable, violent frontier. With the Earth's spin gone, our day-night cycle would also disappear. Instead, one side of the planet would be locked in perpetual scorching daylight, facing the sun, while the other side would be plunged into an endless freezing night. The sun-facing side would heat up to temperatures well above the boiling point of water, turning vast swathes of the new supercontinent into a barren, scorched desert. Any remaining water would evaporate, creating a thick, humid atmosphere that traps even more heat. Meanwhile, the dark side would become an ice world, with temperatures plummeting to hundreds of degrees below zero. A narrow twilight zone, a thin strip of land between the extreme heat and cold, might be the only place where temperatures could potentially support life. But it would be a world of perpetual twilight, battered by constant ferocious winds, blowing from the hot side to the cold side. Gravity itself would feel different. Because of the equatorial bulge, gravity is slightly weaker at the equator than at the poles. On a non-spinning spherical Earth, gravity would become uniform across the entire surface. Anyone or anything that survived the initial chaos would find themselves slightly heavier, but this is a minor detail in a world so drastically and violently transformed. The entire ecosystem of our planet, every living thing, would face extinction. Life on Earth evolved in a world of 24-hour days, flowing oceans, and a stable climate. This new static Earth would be hostile to almost all of it. Over an immense timescale, millions of years perhaps, the planet might find a new strange equilibrium. The raging winds would eventually slow. The oceans, now settled at the poles, would be still. The geological turmoil would subside, leaving a world of stark, silent contrasts. The two giant oceans would likely be frozen solid on the dark side and boiling on the sunlit side. The equatorial supercontinent would be a sterile wasteland, baked on one side and frozen on the other. Earth would still orbit the sun, so technically a year would pass. But a day would now last an entire year, 6 months of unbearable light and heat, followed by 6 months of absolute darkness and cold. Our world, once a vibrant, dynamic blue marble, would become a silent, two-faced planet, a testament to the delicate balance that makes life possible. It serves as a profound reminder of the cosmic dance we are a part of every single day. The steady, reliable spin of our planet is not just a feature of our world. It is the very engine of its life support system. Without it, Earth would be just another desolate rock in the vast, silent expanse of space. Thank you for joining this thought experiment with us. If you enjoy exploring these cosmic what-ifs, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more journeys into the incredible universe we live in. See you next time.